you're already here.
In January 2025, a YouTube video titled Ashen Pines, The Forest That Takes, erupted across the platform, skyrocketing to 20 million views in 72 hours. Uploaded by Urban Echoes, a small channel run by three Portland-based urban explorers, Maya Torres, Ethan Caldwell, and Zara Khan, the video documented their ill-fated expedition to Ashen Pines, a derelict logging camp in Oregon's dense wilderness. Their final Instagram post, time-stamped October 12, 2024, showed them posing outside a rotting cabin, grinning despite the eerie fog. The caption read, "Chasing the truth about Ashen Pines. Live stream starts at midnight." The video opens with a drone soaring over a sea of gnarled pine trees under a bruised gray sky. Rusted machinery juts from the earth like bones, and a low rhythmic thumping, like footsteps crunching through snow, pulses through the audio. Maya's voiceover, trembling but resolute, sets the tone. "We came to uncover a ghost story. We found something worse." The camera zooms into a clearing where a single charred tree stands, its branches twisting unnaturally, as if reaching. A distorted scream rips through the audio, and the screen cuts to black, leaving only the thumping, now faster, like a heartbeat. Ashen Pines wasn't just a local legend. In 1953, the camp shut down after 12 loggers vanished overnight. No bodies, no clues, only their tools scattered in a perfect circle. Newspaper archives, later dug up by YouTube sleuths, mentioned lights in the trees and whispers from the ground. Locals swore the forest was alive, claiming anyone who stayed past dusk never returned. Maya, Ethan, and Zara, all in their mid-20s, were known for exploring abandoned sites, their Urban Echoes channel boasting 50,000 subscribers. Maya, a fearless filmmaker, led the group. Ethan, a tech-savvy skeptic, handled equipment, and Zara, a history buff, researched the lore. Their social media profiles, active until that night, went silent after the post. The video, uploaded by an anonymous source, sparked global debate. Was it real or an elaborate hoax? The raw terror in their footage suggested the former. The video's first scene inside the camp shows a decaying mess hall, its tables overturned, windows shattered, and walls etched with strange, spiraling symbols resembling trees with human-like limbs. The camera, held by Ethan, lingers on a rusted meat cleaver embedded in a table, its blade stained with something dark. Zara's voice shakes as she reads from a logbook found under a broken chair. February 28, 1953. The trees move at night. They know our names. The thumping grows louder, now mixed with a faint, guttural chant from the forest. The group's EMF meter buzzes erratically, and their flashlight flickers, casting jagged shadows that seem to writhe. A child's laughter, sharp, unnatural, echoes from outside, and the camera swings to a window, catching a fleeting glimpse of a tall, emaciated figure with glowing amber eyes. The screen glitches, showing a single frame of the figure's face, a void with no mouth. Only those burning eyes. The footage resumes in a clearing surrounded by charred pine trees, their bark blackened as if scorched by an unseen fire. The ground is carpeted in ash, swirling in impossible patterns, spirals and claw-like shapes that shift when the camera pans away. Maya, trying to stay calm, narrates, "This is where the loggers disappeared. Something's wrong here." The EMF meter screams, its needle pinned, and the temperature drops, frosting the camera lens. Ethan's flashlight catches a set of footprints in the ash, bare, human-like, but with elongated, clawed toes, leading toward a dense thicket. The thumping is relentless, vibrating the ground, and the chant grows clearer. A chorus of voices in an unknown language. Zara, digging through the ash, finds a rusted locket engraved with the initials JH, one of the missing loggers, John Harlow, per 1953 records. Inside is a faded photo of a family, but the faces are scratched out, replaced by crude, amber-colored smears. The camera zooms in, and the smears seem to pulse faintly. A sudden gust scatters the ash, revealing more footprints circling the group. The laughter returns, now layered with whispers. "You're home." The drone, circling above, captures the clearing from a high angle, showing the trees leaning inward, their branches interlocking like a cage. The footage glitches again, freezing on a frame where dozens of amber eyes glow from the forest's edge, watching silently. The group debates leaving, but their GPS fails, showing their location as nowhere. Ethan, the skeptic, insists it's a prank, but his voice cracks when the camera catches a shadow moving between the trees, too tall, too thin, its limbs bending at impossible angles. Maya points to the logbook, now open to a new page they didn't see before. They live in the hollow. They take what they see. The thumping stops, and the silence is worse, heavy with dread. The camera pans to a tree where a fresh symbol has appeared, carved deep into the bark, a spiral with an eye at its center. The screen flickers, and the audio distorts with a single word: run. The group follows the footprints to a hidden logging tunnel, its entrance buried under roots and moss, barely visible. The camera's night vision mode reveals a claustrophobic passage, its stone walls slick with black, oily residue that drips like blood. The thumping is deafening now, shaking loose dirt from the ceiling. Zara whispers about a 1953 report claiming the loggers were digging something forbidden before they vanished. The camera catches claw marks gouged into the walls, some fresh, forming words, "We see you." The chant is a cacophony, overlapping voices, some deep, some childlike, screaming names: Maya, Ethan, Zara. Ethan finds a rusted metal box half buried in the tunnel floor. Inside are photos of the 1953 loggers, their faces pale and terrified. In every image, a blurred, tall figure stands behind them, its amber eyes glowing through the grain. One photo shows the clearing, with the same spiral eye symbol scratched into the ground. The camera zooms in, and the symbol seems to move, spiraling inward. The air grows thick, and the group's breath is visible. Despite the tunnel's warmth, the thumping morphs into a wet, gurgling sound, like something crawling through mud. The camera swings to the ceiling, where a figure, limbs bent backward, head twitching, scuttles out of sight. Zara screams, dropping the box, and the photos scatter. each now showing only the amber-eyed figure. The group's equipment fails one by one. EMF meter, flashlight, backup batteries. The camera switches to infrared, revealing the tunnel walls pulsing like living flesh, veins of black ooze threading through the stone. A voice, not human, hisses through the audio. You see us now. You belong to the hollow. The footage glitches, showing flashes of the clearing. The trees now closer, their branches woven into a dome. The group tries to retreat, but the tunnel entrance is gone, replaced by a smooth stone wall. The screen cuts to static, pierced by a child's laugh that echoes into silence. The video jumps to 4:17 a.m. The group back in the clearing, disoriented and panicked. The ash now forms a massive spiral, its edges glowing faintly amber. The charred trees are closer, their branches twisting like skeletal hands, blocking the sky. The camera captures the stars vanishing, swallowed by a creeping darkness that feels alive. The thumping is a deafening roar, shaking the ground, and the chant becomes a scream. Stay with us. Feed the hollow. The group's last flashlight dies, and the camera switches to night vision, showing dozens of emaciated figures emerging from the trees. Their amber eyes burn, their limbs jerk unnaturally, and their faces are voids, lipless and eyeless, except for those glowing orbs. Maya's camera falls, landing at an angle, capturing the clearing's edge. The figures circle the group, moving in a jerky, synchronized dance. The ash spiral pulses, and the ground splits, revealing a black, endless void beneath. The audio distorts with overlapping screams, whispers, and laughter, all chanting names. A single figure, taller, its eyes brighter, steps forward, its void face splitting into a lipless smile. The footage glitches, showing flashes of the 1953 loggers, their faces now matching the figures, trapped in the same dance. The camera's battery icon blinks red, and the screen freezes on a single frame. The spiral, filled with countless amber eyes. The final shot, recovered from the drone, shows Ashen Pines from above at dawn. The clearing is gone, the cabin erased, the forest unnaturally dense. The thumping fades, replaced by a child's laugh that lingers as the screen goes black. Authorities, alerted by a hiker, found the group's car a mile away, engine running, with a single item inside. A photo of the clearing, the spiral now complete, filled with amber eyes. The Urban Echoes channel was deleted, but the video lives on, re-uploaded by fans, trending with hashtags like Ashen Pines Horror. Police searches found no trace of the trio, only a logbook page in the car with one line. The hollow keeps what it sees. Locals avoid Ashen Pines, claiming the trees whisper names at night, and the ground thumps like a heartbeat.